Well, good morning. Mm, I'm walking on the silent road. And I want to share this thought with you, especially because I had a comment from a dear friend, alien. Oh no, wait, was it alien overlords now? I see you. Hi. Um, saying, commenting, saying that the awakening path can be tricky and difficult, especially for people who have had certain experiences, or at least that's how I understood what you wrote. And I really wanted to respond to this. Sometimes the wind sounds like a car. The thought that came to me this morning, just now, was that life reveals itself to you when you look. Life reveals itself when you look. When it comes to awakening, we really get to play with our attention. So, the way that we might understand reality or experience is that we are the light of consciousness, and we have the ability to direct our attention. We are a being, they being, we are being, not a being, but we are being. And in our experience, we can direct attention. So this is something that we do all day long. Direct our attention into the visual field, into the visual sense, into the feeling sense, into the senses, the sensory system. We direct our attention to specific thoughts, sometimes accompanied by emotion. And this is what we do all day long, really. We can direct our attention to a certain task. But really, seems to me that the main thing that we tend to do is direct our attention to thought. But we can flip that attention. We can use our ability of attention to turn it onto ourselves, to turn it onto experience itself. We can take the time to really look, as I like to express it. We can use our attention to look at the experience here and now. We can use the attention to turn it onto ourselves, as if the light is lighting on itself. This is what I mean by exploring our experience, exploring the truth of what we are. Getting a sense for the feeling of being alive. Getting a sense for the blank canvas, the light of consciousness. What is it that is looking? What is it that is receiving? What is it that is directing attention to thought? And turning the attention onto that. And this is what I mean by when you look, life reveals itself. Because there is nothing to figure out. There is nothing for the mind to understand here. There is only experience. And there is nothing to attain. There is nothing to gain. There really isn't. Awakening is a confusing word because it's got so many different assumptions attached to it. So perhaps even release that idea. I know that I use the word awakening, and it's really because it's I gotta use some word, right? That people can understand what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to point at. But really the words aren't important, and just drop the idea of awakening and open to the idea of can I just bring some curiosity here? Can I open myself to the possibility that this is actually, not only is it possible for everyone, it is what everyone is. It's already what you are. There is nothing to find. There is nothing to attain. Once again, there's nothing to attain. There's nothing to gain. There is nowhere to go. There is no goal in the future. It's right here, right now, and it is what you are. So really, awakening is, in my perspective, more about the openness to be curious, the openness to look, the openness to make the assumption that I don't know. And if I don't know, can I just look and actually find out what's here? Because it's right here. And if we don't know what it is that we're looking for, we might actually have the opportunity to find it. If we think that we know what we're looking for, we're not going to find it because it's not in the mind. And it is impossible for the mind to understand conceptually. So really it's a game of letting go, of surrendering, of taking the time to look. And I also do recognize that people have varying degrees of tension in their nervous system. And I tell you that myself included, have really thought about this. You know, like all these spiritual teachers, they're talking about awakening, but they're not considering the fact that I have a really like heightened, like my nervous system is in a really like heightened state of stress. And there are, like, what I would say is that there are so many beautiful tools out there, like somatic practices and EFT tapping, that can really help with the nervous system to allow it to calm down. And that's beautiful. And that can be really, really helpful. But the state of your nervous system is not going to be an obstacle to you exploring who you are. And perhaps it takes a bit of taking care of yourself alongside of looking. And I do also want to say that I know that many different people have woken up to this realization. Many different people from many different walks of life, and people in the most horrendous situations have woken up in history. So it is indeed, once again, not only possible for everyone, it's what we are. It's not something to gain. And there is definitely beautiful beautiful ways that we can create the environment for it to be easier and more flowy to look. Like meditation, for example. Sit down in meditation and just explore. Be present with your experience. Hold space for what arises. Is it thoughts? Is it emotions? Learn to be present with your experience. To open deeper and deeper to the experience itself. Not changing it, not needing it to be anything else than what it is here and now. And can I just allow myself to relax into that, to surrender into the present moment? There's nothing to fight because it's already here. Just open to it. Just allow it to be. And if you need to feel. You might cry and you might feel intense emotion. That's okay. Just focus on the breath, focus on the heart space, whatever makes you feel in contact with the unmoving nature of who you are. Right. Blessings, blessings, blessings.